Kia ora koutou, Reese from QuickSense here, and today we're looking at directed numbers. This question is asking us to add 21, or plus 21, to negative 8. Now, one way you can think about this, and this is certainly the way that I find the easiest to think about when teaching, is to think of a number line. And over here somewhere we've got 0. Let's say negative 8's over here. And over at this end, we've got positive 21. What the numbers tell us is how far away from 0 we are. And what the positive and negative tell us is in which direction we're going. So this first one, negative 8, tells us we're going to the left, 8. 21 tells us we're going to the right, 21. So when I'm adding numbers together, another way I can think about them, I'll just zoom in here, is to add these arrows together. So if I take one arrow, so negative 8, and I add 21, what I'm doing is I am placing the end of the second arrow, or the beginning of the second arrow at the end of the first arrow. So I start at negative 8, and then I'm moving along 21. Another way I can think about this is I can move it the other way. Right? I can start with 21, and I can add the negative 8 arrow. So in this way, negative 8 plus 21 is the same thing as plus 21 plus minus 8. So what do? We go 21 minus 1, 22, minus another one, minus 1, 20, then 19, and 18, etc., until we get to 13. So thinking about this in terms of the number line is the best, most helpful way. Now, in this next question, we are given a variable, right? A value that we just don't know what it is exactly. But what we do know is that y is a positive number, right? It's always going to be to the right of 0. And if we know that, what do we know about the expression 3y minus 12? Well, one thing that I like to do when trying to solve these problems is pick a really small value and then pick a really large value. So the smallest positive value I can think of off the top of my head is going to be 1. So 3 times 1 minus 12, well, 3 times 1 is 3, minus 12, right? Well, we're going below 0 now. It's going to be minus 9. So in this, when we use a really small number, we get a negative. What if we use a really big number? So if 1's really small, maybe 100's really big. 3 times 100 is 300, minus 12 is 288, which is positive. So 3y minus 12 can be either positive or negative. And if you want to think about at what point does y, or at what point does it become positive, that's a really excellent way of extending yourself.